Not if, but when will disaster strike you? Hey guys, Jim Edwards here, and welcome to another edition of Letting the Chickens Out with Jim. And we actually have some interesting news because we have 3 new baby chickens that arrived yesterday. So we will be we'll be showing you those. They're actually in the house in the incubator. However, that is not the topic of today's Letting the Chickens Out with Jim. Today we're talking about, it's not if, but when will disaster strike you? Now, in the news right now, everybody's talking about Hurricane Durian and how it is a disaster of epic proportions. I'm actually going to start getting ready for that today because I don't trust the predictions of any paths, and they've got my little happy butt in the cone of shame for this thing, so I want to make sure that we're ready to go. But a lot of times people think about a disaster as something that's out there, like a hurricane or a tornado, an earthquake or something like that. And the reality is that there are a lot of other disasters that could strike you that could happen with a lot more likelihood than getting hit by a hurricane or an earthquake or some catastrophic event. And especially when we're talking about our business, and this stuff has happened to me before. A lightning strike, somebody stealing your computer, dropping a computer, dropping your phone, having a remote server go down, having a server go down and having what you thought was a remote backup actually be corrupted. There's all kinds of stuff that can happen to you that has nothing to do with the weather, has nothing to do with civil unrest, has nothing to do with anything. And so what I would encourage you to do is make sure that you're ready for a disaster that could strike your business in everyday stuff. On a sunny day, you can have a disaster strike your business. And there are a few things that you can do that can mitigate this, just like these chickens mitigate my disaster for ever running out of eggs. Number 1, make sure that all of your data is backed up every single day. That may sound basic, but if you think about anything that could happen to you as far as your business goes, if your data was backed up every single day, you could turn it from disaster into just minor inconvenience. So that's the number 1 thing you could do. Make sure your data is backed up every day. I have a local backup and I have a remote backup. Also, use a surge protector. Any of your sensitive electronics should be plugged into a battery backup surge protector, okay? If you just did that, then if somebody ever stole your computer, you could still get your data back. If you spilled coffee on your computer, you could get your data back. If a pipe in your walls burst, which I've had happen before, and dripped on your computer, you can get your data back. If you threw your computer against a wall because you were pissed off at something on Facebook, you could get your data back, all right? So just a word to the wise. I mean, if ever there's a disaster coming your way, kind of like what's happening right now with this hurricane, heed all warnings, get ready for it. But I'm telling you from personal experience, there are disasters that can happen to your business on a sunny day that you need to be ready for at all times. And if you are ready, it goes from being a disaster just down to a minor inconvenience. So I'm Jim Edwards. I hope you're having a great day. For everybody who is going back to school today, I'm sorry you have to go to school today. I don't. But anyway, I do have to work. But everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.